Hello, everyone. I have a question for you. Do you ever wake up feeling stuck? Like no matter what you do, your day stays the same? If that sounds like you, type yes in the comments right now. Today, I will show you how taking one small step every day, just a little, can help you rise higher, grow stronger, and make real progress in your life. Chapter 1: Why Small Daily Progress Changes Everything. There is something I want to tell you today, and I want you to feel every word of it. Your life does not need a big change to become better. Your life does not need a big jump. It only needs small, daily progress. Many people wait for the perfect day to improve. They wait for the perfect plan. They wait for the perfect mood. But life does not work like that. Life grows slowly. Life grows quietly. Life grows through tiny steps that you take again and again. When you rise every day, even a little, something inside you becomes stronger. You may not see the change at first, but it is happening in the small moments, in the small decisions, in the small actions that seem too small to matter. These small things are shaping your future in ways you cannot imagine right now. Think about one simple thing. When a child learns to walk, they do not start with a big step. They start with one tiny step that almost makes them fall. But they keep trying. They fall. They rise. They fall again. But every time they rise, they become stronger. This is the same with your life. You do not need a perfect step. You only need a small one. You do not need to run. You only need to rise. Even if it is slow, even if it is small. The truth is, small progress feels small only in the beginning. But with time, that small progress becomes powerful. It becomes a habit. It becomes confidence. It becomes a new life. Every day you learn even one new English word, your mind grows. Every day you read even one page, your knowledge grows. Every day you drink water first thing in the morning, your discipline grows. Every day you avoid giving up, your strength grows. These tiny actions do not look special today, but they add up. They build a new future. They build a new you. Many people want fast results. They want success in one day. They want change in one week. But real growth is slow, and that is the beauty of it. Slow growth stays. Slow growth is real. Slow growth becomes a part of you. You may feel that your progress is invisible. You may feel that nothing is happening. You may feel that you are stuck in the same place, but you are not. Every small step counts. Every effort matters. Every new habit adds something to your life. Improvement does not always show itself quickly. Sometimes it hides, sometimes it takes time, but it is happening inside you. You are becoming stronger without even noticing it. One day you will look back and ask yourself, when did I change so much? And the answer will be simple: you changed slowly. You changed daily. You changed quietly. And that is what makes the change powerful. There is another truth I want you to understand. When you take small steps, your mind does not feel scared. Your mind feels calm. Your heart feels safe. Your body feels ready. Big steps create stress. Big goals create fear. But small steps feel possible. They feel light. They feel easy. When things feel easy, you grow without pressure. You grow without fear. You grow with peace. And when your growth feels peaceful, you continue. You do not quit. You do not break your flow. This is why small steps are powerful. They remove pressure. They remove fear. They remove stress. They allow you to bloom slowly. I want you to imagine something. Imagine if you rise every day a little more than yesterday. Imagine if you improve a little more every morning. Imagine if you learn one new thing daily. Imagine if you focus on being better, not perfect. Think of how your life will feel after 1 month. Think of how your confidence will feel after 6 months. Think of how strong you will feel after 1 year. A new version of you will appear. A stronger version. A wiser version. A more peaceful version. A version that you will be proud of. And all of this can start with one small action today. You must understand something important. You do not have to change the whole world. You only have to change your next moment. You do not have to fight big battles. You only have to win small ones. When you rise every day, even a little, you teach your mind that you are growing. You teach your heart that you are improving. You teach your life that you are moving forward. And when your mind learns this, when your heart learns this, your whole life begins to follow. Your thoughts change, your habits change, your choices change, and slowly your life becomes something new. Every great person you admire today did not wake up great in one morning. They became great through daily effort, through daily practice, through small steps, through simple routines. Nobody becomes great in one day, but everyone becomes great when they rise every day. You can do the same. You have the power. You have the ability. You have the strength. You only need to start. You only need to move a little. You only need to trust the process. When you trust the process takes care of you. So today, I want you to remember one thing. Your life will not change when you dream. Your life will not change when you wait. Your life will not change when you think. Your life changes when you act. Even if the action is small, even if the step is tiny, even if the progress is slow, do not be afraid of slow steps. Only be afraid of staying still. Every small step you take is a message to your future. It is saying, I am coming. It is saying, I am growing. It is saying, I am rising. This is the beginning of your journey, and you are ready. Chapter 2. The Real Reason People Stop Growing. There comes a moment in life when you want to grow, but something inside holds you back. You feel the desire to improve. You feel the wish to rise. You tell yourself that tomorrow you will start. Tomorrow you will study. Tomorrow you will work on yourself. But when tomorrow comes, the same feeling returns. You feel heavy. You feel slow. You feel like your mind is pulling you back. It happens to so many people, and maybe it happens to you too. And I want to tell you today that there is nothing wrong with you. This is the experience of almost every person who wants to change. The real reason people stop growing is not because they are weak. It is because their mind learns comfort before it learns progress. What's up in your minds? Your mind loves what feels easy. It loves what feels familiar. It loves the same routine. Even if the routine is not good for you, the mind still loves it because it feels safe. The mind is always trying to protect you from things that feel new. This is why when you decide to start improving yourself, your mind creates small excuses. It says you are tired. It says today is not the right day. It says maybe later. It says you can do it tomorrow. And slowly, without even noticing, these small excuses become habits. They become a part of your daily life. They become your pattern. And this pattern holds you away from the person you want to be. I want you to think about the last time you planned to improve yourself. Maybe you wanted to study English. Maybe you wanted to wake up earlier. Maybe you wanted to exercise for a few minutes. Maybe you wanted to read a book. But something inside you said, not now. Something inside whispered that you should rest. Something inside pushed you back. That voice is not your weakness. That voice is your mind trying to keep you safe from new things. The mind does not understand that new things can make your life better. It only understands comfort. And this comfort becomes a wall between you and your growth. The truth is, people do not stop growing because they lack talent. People do not stop growing because they are not smart. People stop growing because change feels uncomfortable. And when something feels uncomfortable, the mind tries to avoid it. Imagine a seed growing inside the soil. It has to push through darkness. It has to push through pressure. It has to push through the soil. It is not easy, but once it breaks out, it reaches the sun. It grows leaves. It becomes a plant. It becomes strong. Your growth is the same. The struggle you feel is not a sign that you should stop. It is a sign that you are close to breaking the soil. You are close to rising. There's another reason people stop growing. They believe that if they cannot make a big change, then the small change is useless. They think that if they cannot study for 1 hour, then studying for 5 minutes has no value. They think that if they cannot wake up early every day, then waking up early once is pointless. But this thinking destroys progress. Small effort is still effort. A small step is still a step. Even if you move slowly, you are moving. Even if you start small, you are starting. People stop growing not because they cannot grow, but because they expect too much too soon. And when they cannot match those expectations, they give up. Sometimes people stop growing because they compare themselves to others. They look at someone who is better, someone who is faster, someone who is more successful, and they feel ashamed. They feel behind. They feel like they are not good enough. This comparison kills motivation. It blocks the heart. It shuts down the desire to try. But the truth is, you should never compare your beginning to someone else's middle. You do not know how long they practiced. You do not know how many times they failed. You do not know how long they walked before they reached where they are today. Your journey is your own. Your speed is your own. Your growth is your own. You are not late. You are not slow. You are only in your own time. Some people stop growing because they think change must be perfect. They believe that if they miss one day, they have failed. If they make one mistake, they have ruined everything. This pressure makes them stop trying. But life is not perfect. Growth is not perfect. Improvement is not perfect. You will have bad days. You will feel tired. You will make mistakes. But these moments do not decide your future. What decides your future is your ability to rise again. What decides your future is your willingness to keep going, even after a break. You grow through effort, not perfection. There is also a quiet fear inside many people. It is the fear of trying and failing. It is the fear of being judged. It is the fear of not being good enough. But failure is not the end. Failure is part of the journey. Failure teaches you. Failure makes you stronger. Failure guides you to the right path. You should not fear failure. You should fear staying exactly where you are. Growth always comes with a little fear, but courage grows when you act even while afraid. I want you to understand something deeply. The reason you stop growing is not because you cannot grow. It is because nobody ever told you that slow growth is still growth. Nobody told you that discomfort is part of progress. Nobody told you that your mind will try to stop you. Nobody told you that you must rise through the small fears. But today you know, today you understand, today you see the truth. And this truth can free you. You can start again. You can rise again. You can grow again. You can improve every day with small actions. Your journey is still open. Nothing is over for you. Chapter 3. How morning energy shapes your whole day. There is a quiet moment that comes every morning. A moment that most people do not even notice. It is the moment right after you open your eyes. That moment decides the energy of your whole day. It decides your mood. It decides your focus. It decides how much you will grow that day. And the truth is, many people waste this moment without knowing its power. They open their eyes and reach for their phone. They start scrolling. They start watching random things. They start comparing their life with others. They fill their mind with noise before they even take their first breath for the day. And because of this, their whole day becomes rushed, tired, and unfocused. They do not rise. They do not grow. They do not move forward. All because of how their morning started. Your morning is like the first chapter of your day. If the first chapter is calm, simple, and focused, the rest of the day follows. But if the first chapter is messy, stressful, and weak, the rest of the day struggles. You may not notice it, but your mind feels everything. When you wake up with noise, your mind becomes restless. When you wake up with calmness, your mind becomes peaceful. This peace gives you power. This peace gives you clarity. This peace gives you the strength to rise every day. Imagine waking up slowly. Imagine taking one deep breath before touching anything. Imagine sitting up and letting your body stretch a little. Imagine drinking a small glass of water and feeling your mind wake up gently. Imagine looking outside your window and feeling thankful for another day. This small and simple moment can change how you feel for the next 24 hours. You do not need a long morning routine. You do not need a perfect plan. You only need a few gentle minutes to start your day in the right way. Many people think that they need a strong morning routine with many activities. But the truth is, a strong morning routine is not about the number of tasks. It is about the feeling you create. A peaceful and simple morning creates a peaceful and focused mind. And a focused mind learns faster, works harder, and grows stronger. Even something as small as sitting quietly for 1 minute can make your whole day lighter. Even something as small as stretching your arms can make your body feel alive. Even something as small as drinking water can make your mind clear. Think about the times when you woke up late and ran through your morning. You felt rushed. You felt stressed. You felt tired even before the day began. And because of that, everything felt heavy. Even simple tasks felt difficult. Your growth stopped that day not because you were lazy, but because your morning crushed your energy. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine waking up with intention. Imagine choosing how you want to start the day. Imagine giving yourself just a little time before the world takes your attention. This small change can make your whole day feel different. Your morning is the foundation of your mindset. When the foundation is strong, the day becomes strong. When the foundation is weak, the day becomes weak. You rise every day by choosing how your morning begins. You improve every day by choosing what you do in your first few minutes. Even something small, like saying one positive thought to yourself, can change your mood. Even something small, like sitting in silence, can lift your spirit. Even something small, like writing one line in a notebook, can focus your mind. There is also something emotional about mornings. Mornings give you a fresh start. Mornings give you a new chance. Mornings give you a clean page. No matter what happened yesterday, you can rise again today. No matter how you felt last night, the morning gives you new hope. This is why a gentle morning is important. It tells your mind that today is a fresh opportunity. It tells your heart that you can try again. It tells your life that you are ready to grow. Many people waste this chance because they do not realize how important it is. They wake up and let the world control them. They open their phone and let other people's lives enter their mind before their own thoughts even begin. They fill their first moments with distraction, and then they wonder why they feel tired all day. They wonder why they cannot focus. They wonder why they cannot improve. But the answer is simple. They gave their best morning energy to something that did not help them. Your morning belongs to you. It is the only part of the day that you can truly control. Before messages come, before responsibilities come, before work comes, before stress comes, that time is yours. And when you protect that time, you protect your growth, you protect your peace, you protect your future. Even if you wake up 10 minutes earlier, you give yourself a small gift, a gift that will follow you for the entire day. I want you to imagine your ideal morning. Not a perfect morning, not a long routine, just a simple one. You open your eyes and breathe. You sit up and stretch gently. You drink water slowly. You think of one thing you want to improve today. You give yourself kindness. You give yourself patience. You start your day with clarity. This simple morning can shape the entire direction of your day. And when your day is better, your life becomes better. Your morning is not just a time, it is a message. It is telling you that you can rise again. It is telling you that you can grow again. It is telling you that a new day is waiting for you. And when you start your morning with intention, your whole life begins to change. Chapter 4: Micro Goals That Make Life Simple, 800 plus words. There is something beautiful about small goals. They look tiny on the outside, but inside them, there is powerful change. Many people think that improvement comes from big goals. They think they need to study for hours. They think they need to run many miles. They think they need to read whole books. But the truth is, big goals often feel scary. They feel heavy. They feel too far away. And when something feels too big, the mind avoids it. That is why so many people stop before they even start. They feel the weight of the mountain, so they never take the first step. But micro goals remove that weight. Micro goals make the mountain feel like a small step. They make improvement feel possible. They make growth feel simple. Micro goals are small actions that are easy to do. They do not feel scary. They do not feel stressful. They do not make your mind panic. When a goal is small, your mind says yes. Your heart says yes. Your body says yes. And that yes is what creates progress. Think about learning English. If you tell yourself that you must study for 1 hour every day, your mind may feel tired before you even start. You may push it to tomorrow. You may feel pressure. But if you tell yourself that you will learn just one new word today, suddenly it feels easy. Your mind says you can do that. Your heart says it is possible. Your confidence grows. And with that small win, you feel proud. You feel stronger. You feel like you can do more. That is the magic of micro goals. Most people quit because they expect too much from themselves. They think progress must be fast. They think change must be big. They think improvement must be dramatic. But big changes come from small steps repeated many times. A plant grows slowly. A river forms slowly. A building rises brick by brick. Your growth is the same. When you focus on micro goals, you remove pressure from your shoulders. You remove stress from your mind. You remove fear from your heart. You make improvement light and gentle growth lasts longer. There is something emotional about micro goals. They give you confidence. They give you a feeling of success every day. When you complete a small goal, you feel happy. You feel proud. You feel responsible. Even if it is something as small as reading 2 lines or writing one sentence, it gives you energy. It tells your mind that you can do it. It tells your heart that you are improving. It tells your life that you are moving forward. This feeling of progress is powerful. It gives you motivation. It gives you momentum. It makes you want to do more. Micro goals also help you break the fear of starting. Many people fear starting because starting feels like the hardest part. But when the beginning is small, the fear becomes small. For example, if you say you will walk for 5 minutes, your body does not resist. If you say you will read for 3 minutes, your mind feels free. If you say you will write just one line, your heart relaxes. And once you start, something amazing happens. You often do more than you planned. A 5-minute walk becomes 10 minutes. 3 minutes of reading becomes 5. One line becomes 2. Your small beginning opens the door to bigger effort. But the key is to start small so that the door opens easily. Micro goals also protect you on difficult days. Life is not always the same. Some days you feel motivated, some days you feel tired. Some days you feel distracted. Some days you feel sad. On those hard days, big goals break your flow, but small goals keep you moving. Even on your worst day, you can learn one word. Even on your hardest day, you can take one small step. Even on your busy day, you can write one simple line. This is how micro goals save your consistency. They keep your growth alive even when life feels heavy. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you want to build a new habit. Imagine you want to grow a new skill. Imagine you want to become a better version of yourself. You do not need to make a huge plan. You only need to choose one small action today. Something so small that your mind cannot say no. Something so simple that your heart feels calm. Something so easy that you can do it even when you feel low. This small action will not change your life in one day, but it will change you slowly, and slow change becomes strong change. Micro goals also teach your patience. They teach you that greatness takes time. They teach you that progress is a journey, not a race. They teach you that you do not need to hurry. You only need to move. And as long as you move, you are rising. You are improving. You are growing. This simple idea can change your whole lifestyle. It can change the way you see yourself. It can change the way you approach your dreams. You must also understand something important. Micro goals do not mean small dreams. You can have big dreams. You can have huge dreams. You can dream of speaking English fluently. You can dream of having confidence. You can dream of having a better life. But to reach big dreams, you need small steps. Big dreams grow from small roots, and micro goals are those roots. They hold your journey steady. They keep your mind calm. They help you rise every day without fear. Your life becomes simple when your goals are simple. Your growth becomes peaceful when your steps are small. Your journey becomes beautiful when your progress feels light. You do not need to run. You only need to take one gentle step today. That step will lead you to the next one. And soon, you will look back and see how far you have come. This is the power of micro goals. They make life easier. They make progress smoother. They make improvement natural. They help you rise every day without feeling pressure. And now that you understand this, you are ready for the next chapter, where you will learn how systems can make these small steps happen automatically. Chapter 5. Systems that support your growth. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel full of energy, ready to take on the world. Other days you feel tired, lazy, or distracted. If you only rely on motivation, your progress will stop often. That is why systems are more powerful than motivation. A system is a simple way to make good habits happen automatically. It is a setup that helps you rise every day, even when you feel low. Systems do the work for you. They guide your mind and your actions, so you do not have to fight your emotions every time. Think about your morning routine. If your book is on the table, you are more likely to read it. If your water bottle is next to your bed, you are more likely to drink water first. If you keep a notebook in your bag, you are more likely to write one line. These small arrangements are systems. They do not depend on willpower or mood. They quietly help you take action. And when actions are repeated daily, they become habits. Habits create growth. Habits create strength. Habits make you rise and improve every day without thinking too much. Systems also remove stress. When you have a plan that is simple and automatic, your mind does not feel confused or lost. You do not have to decide everything at every moment. You just follow the system. For example, if you decide to study 5 minutes every morning, your mind knows what to do. You do not have to think, should I study today or not? The system makes the choice for you. It makes your life easier. It makes your growth smoother. The best systems are small and simple. They do not feel heavy or difficult. You do not need a complicated routine to grow. You only need small steps arranged in a way that supports your goals. A small morning habit, a tiny note at night, or a gentle reminder during the day can be enough. These systems protect your consistency and help you rise every day. You must understand one thing. Systems do not replace effort. They only guide effort. You still need to take the steps, even if they are small. But systems make it easier to take the steps every day. They make your growth gentle and steady. They help you move forward even when life feels difficult. When you use systems, you stop relying on motivation alone. You stop waiting for the right mood. You stop giving excuses. You build a life where improvement happens naturally. You rise every day because your system supports you. You improve every day because your system carries you forward. And once your systems are in place, you can focus on the bigger journey, becoming the person you want to be. Now that you understand how systems make growth easier, you are ready for the next chapter. You will learn how changing your identity can transform your habits and help you rise every day with purpose. Chapter 6. Become the person you want to be. Real change does not start with what you do. It starts with who you believe you are. Most people focus only on actions. They say, I will study English today, or I will exercise today. But deep down, they still see themselves as someone who struggles or fails. The mind listens more to identity than to actions. When you see yourself as a learner, a doer, or a person who improves every day, your actions follow naturally. You do not have to force yourself. You act because it fits who you are. Becoming the person you want to be is the secret to rising every day. Imagine this. Instead of saying, I want to read more, say, I am a reader. Instead of saying, I want to be strong, say, I take care of my body. Instead of saying, I want to learn English, say, I am a learner. When you see yourself this way, even small actions feel natural. The mind does not resist. The heart feels encouraged. The body follows. You start making progress effortlessly. This is how identity creates habits, and habits create growth. Many people fail because they focus only on results. They wait for success to feel confident. They wait for progress to feel worthy. But confidence does not come from results. It comes from seeing yourself as someone capable. It comes from believing that you are already becoming the person you want to be. When you think this way, every small step matters. Every action reinforces your identity. Every day you rise, you feel more like the person you dream to become. Becoming the person you want to be also protected you from giving up. Life is not always easy. You will have days when motivation is gone, when challenges feel heavy, and when your mind wants to stop. But when your identity is clear, you continue. Because it is not just about one day. It is about who you are becoming. Even if you fail today, you do not give up. You rise again tomorrow because it is part of your identity to grow. Your identity shapes your choices. If you see yourself as a learner, you choose to study. If you see yourself as a doer, you take action. If you see yourself as healthy, you choose to move your body. You do not wait for the right mood or the perfect moment. Your identity guides you. This is why focusing on who you are is more powerful than focusing on what you do. You may wonder how to change your identity. It is simple. Start small. Choose one quality you want to have. Decide, I am this kind of person. Then act in ways that support it, even in tiny steps. Learn one word, read one page, take one small action, and repeat it. Every small step reinforces your new identity. Every repeated action strengthens the belief inside you. Slowly, you become the person you want to be. When you understand this, everything changes. Growth feels natural. Rising every day becomes easier. Improving every day becomes part of who you are. You no longer struggle to act. You no longer fight your mind or your feelings. Your identity carries you forward. And once your identity is clear, the next challenge becomes simple. Overcoming laziness and mental resistance, which is what we will explore in the next chapter. Chapter 7. How to handle laziness and mental resistance. Even when you know what to do, sometimes your body and mind feel heavy. You feel lazy. You feel tired. You feel like sitting instead of moving. This happens to everyone. Laziness is not a weakness. It is not a flaw. It is a habit. A habit that your mind has learned over time. Your mind prefers comfort. It prefers ease. It prefers doing nothing. But the good news is that habits can be changed. Laziness can be overcome. And the first step is understanding that resistance is normal. It does not mean you are failing. It only means you need a strategy to start. The easiest way to beat resistance is to start very small. You do not have to work for 1 hour or study for 30 minutes. Start for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I will do this for 5 minutes only. Your mind cannot refuse 5 minutes. You do not feel stressed. You do not feel fear. And once you start, something magical happens. Often, after 5 minutes, you continue. 5 minutes turns into 10. 10 minutes turns into 20. The hardest part is starting. Once you start, laziness loses its power. Another way to fight resistance is to focus on feeling, not results. Instead of thinking, I must finish everything today, think, I am taking a small step forward. Instead of worrying about the outcome, focus on the action. Drink a glass of water. Read one line. Write one word. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they train your mind to act even when it wants to stop. Every action weakens laziness. Every small win builds confidence. Every tiny effort teaches your mind that it is safe to move forward. It also helps to remind yourself why you are doing this. When laziness appears, your mind forgets the reason. Pause for a moment. Remember your goal. Remember the person you want to become. Remind yourself that your future self is waiting for the effort you make today. This thought gives energy. It gives motivation. It pushes you gently to rise and act. Your mind may resist, but your heart will guide you. Consistency is more important than intensity. You do not need to work for long hours every day. You only need to act daily, even if it is a tiny step. When you fight laziness for just a few minutes each day, you train yourself to rise every day. You train your mind to act. You train your body to move. Slowly, laziness loses control. You become stronger. You become consistent. You begin to trust yourself. Remember, resistance will never disappear completely. Some days will feel heavy. Some days will feel hard. That is normal. What matters is that you act despite resistance. That is where real growth happens. The mind learns courage when you start even while afraid. The heart learns strength when you rise even while tired. Every small action builds a habit of rising. Every repeated effort creates momentum that carries you forward. When you understand this, laziness no longer controls you. Mental resistance becomes a signal, not a barrier. It is a sign that you are growing. It is a sign that your mind is learning something new. And once you learn to act despite resistance, you are ready for the next step. Building consistency that lasts. That is what we will explore in the next chapter. Chapter 8. The rule that protects your consistency. Consistency is the most powerful habit you can build. It is the thing that turns small actions into big results. But many people struggle because they do not have a simple rule to protect their progress. They work hard for a day and then skip the next day. They miss one habit and feel discouraged. The truth is, one missed day is normal. Life happens. But missing 2 days in a row is dangerous. It breaks your flow. It weakens your habits. It stops your momentum. That is why the simple rule of never missing 2 days is so important. Think of it this way. Every time you take a step, you create energy. That energy grows when you continue the next day. When you skip a day, the energy drops slightly. But if you take another day off, the energy disappears. Your habits become fragile. Your mind doubts you. Your heart feels tired. But if you follow the rule of never missing 2 days, you protect your progress. You keep your streak alive. You give your streak alive. You give yourself confidence that you can rise tomorrow no matter what happens today. Consistency is not about doing perfect work. It is about showing up every day. Even if your effort is small, even if your action is tiny, even if you are tired or distracted, showing up daily builds momentum. It trains your mind to act automatically. It makes rising and improving a natural part of your life. Over time, these repeated actions become habits. Habits become your identity, and your identity carries you forward effortlessly. The rule of never missing 2 days also removes stress. Many people quit because they feel guilty after missing one day. They think, I already failed, I cannot continue. But one missed day does not ruin anything. It is part of the journey. The key is to continue the next day. That is enough. That is all it takes to maintain consistency. You learn to forgive yourself. You learn to rise again. You learn to trust your own process. Even on your hardest days, the rule works. You do not need long hours or big effort. You only need to do something small. Write one line. Learn one word. Walk for 5 minutes. These tiny actions keep your streak alive. They keep your mind and heart connected to your growth. They remind you that you are still moving forward even when life feels heavy. And over time, these small, consistent steps create extraordinary results. Consistency also gives you confidence. When you know that you will show up no matter what, your mind stops doubting you. Your heart stops fearing failure. Your actions become natural. You rise every day because it is part of who you are. You improve every day because habits carry you forward. You no longer rely only on motivation. You rely on a simple, powerful rule that keeps your growth alive. Remember, missing one day is okay. Missing two breaks the flow. This rule is simple, but it protects everything you build. It is the bridge between small daily actions and big life changes. If you follow it, you will never feel lost. You will never feel stuck. You will always rise, and your improvement will continue naturally. Once you understand this rule, you are ready for the final step, creating a 30-day blueprint that puts everything together. That is where your small steps, systems, identity, and consistency become a complete plan for rising and improving every day. Chapter 9. Your 30-day rise. Everyday plan. Now it is time to bring everything together. You know that rising every day, improving every day, comes from small steps, micro goals, systems, identity, fighting laziness, and consistency. But all these ideas need a plan to work together. That is why a 30-day plan is powerful. It gives you a roadmap. It helps you move step by step without feeling lost. And it is simple. You do not need to change everything at once. You only need to focus on small actions every day and let them build on each other. The first week is about starting gently. You choose one micro goal for each day. Maybe it is learning one English word, reading one page, writing one line, or drinking water first thing in the morning. You do it every day for 7 days. You do not worry about doing more. You only focus on showing up. These first 7 days teach you that rising every day is possible. You start to feel small wins. You start to feel hope. You start to believe that you can change. The second week is about building habits. You continue the first week's small goals and add one new simple habit. Maybe it is stretching for 5 minutes, journaling one thought, or reviewing what you learned. You set up a simple system to make it automatic. Place your notebook on the table, keep your water ready, arrange your space so that the habit becomes natural. You do not rely on motivation. You rely on the system and small actions. By the end of the second week, you notice your mind and body adapting. Rising every day feels easier. Improvement feels natural. The third week focuses on your identity. This is the most important step. You remind yourself daily who you want to become. You say, I am a learner. I am a reader. I am a person who grows every day.
Where every small action now reinforces this identity.
When you write, read, or practice, you do not do it because you have to. You do it because it fits who you are. Your habits and your identity start working together. Laziness loses its power. Mental resistance becomes smaller. Rising every day becomes part of your life. The fourth week is about reinforcing everything and planning for the future. You review your small wins. You notice how far you have come. You see your energy, your focus, and your confidence growing. You adjust your micro goals slightly if needed. You make your system stronger. You commit to consistency using the rule of never missing 2 days. By the end of the month, you feel different. You are not the same person who started. You have built momentum, confidence, and habits that carry you forward. You have learned the secret to rising and improving every day. During these 30 days, remember one thing. Do not chase perfection. Do not rush. Focus on showing up. Focus on the small steps. Focus on your identity. The results will come naturally. Your mind, body, and heart are learning. Your habits are growing. Your life is changing quietly but powerfully. 1 month is enough to feel a shift. 1 month is enough to prove to yourself that rising every day is possible. 1 month is enough to start a new journey that never stops. At the end of this plan, you realize that growth is not about big leaps. Growth is about showing up every day, even when you feel tired, even when life is difficult, even when laziness appears. Growth is about small wins, repeated daily, guided by your systems, supported by your identity, and protected by your consistency. This is how you rise every day. This is how you improve every day. This is how you change your life, one small step at a time. Now it is your turn. Start today. Choose your first micro goal. Set up a simple system. Remind yourself of who you want to become. Commit to never missing 2 days in a row. Rise today. Improve today. Let this 30-day plan be your beginning. Your new life starts now. If this video has inspired you, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments the one small action you will start today. Your journey begins with one step, and that step is waiting for you right now.